Manchester United kick off the Premier League season against Fulham at Old Trafford on Friday night. It's live on Sky Sports. They've had a busy summer so far, 2 signings already and 2 about to be finalised. And I'm joined now by Sam Blitz. And Sam, let's talk about Matthijs Ligt and Noussair Mazraoui. You've been doing a little bit of research on both of them. Are they the kind of additions that Manchester United need?
Yeah, well, Manchester United and Erik ten Hag clearly needed defenders. Only Sheffield United conceded more shots in the Premier League last season than Erik ten Hag's side. And it looks like De Ligt and Mazraoui look like really good options because they've worked with Ten Hag before at Ajax and they can fill some really important positions. Fullback is a really important one for Mazraoui coming in. He can play right or left. He played a really good Champions League quarter-finals against Arsenal where he sort of shut down Bukayo Saka, and De Ligt brings experience, knowledge of playing for a very big side, Bayern Munich, Juventus, and of course he helped Ajax reach Champions League semi-finals under Ten Hag, so that's an important part of it. And yeah, I think these are 2 signings that clearly make sense.
Yeah, we don't know the fitness really of Luke Shaw either, so we know he played for England. We don't know where he is in terms of pre-season, so we could even see them go straight in the side. More of that later. 2 of them clearly know each other, clearly know Ten Hag, and how important is that relationship going to be?
So I think these 2 players, De Ligt and Mazraoui, they must be best friends because Manchester United will be the 6th different team that De Ligt and Mazraoui will have played for together. They've played together at Ajax under 18s, under 19s, under 21s, the Ajax first team and the Bayern Munich first team, and now they're joining Manchester United together. And look, you can see these are Matthijs de Ligt's most common teammates, and you can see it's quite an interesting list. Mazraoui ranks 3rd, but then you've got Donny van der Beek, formerly of Manchester United, Frenkie de Jong, linked to Manchester United, Andre Onana, of course, the Manchester United goalkeeper. So again, it just creates, that feeling that these 2 signings do make sense for United.
Once again, Ten Hag has... Oh, sorry, that's when they're playing together, And
you have to ask what their record is like together. They've played 116 times. Of course, they've played for Ajax and Bayern Munich. They're going to win more games than they lose. But yeah, again, this is they're not used to losing. I think they only lost once in their first 18 games playing together. So Man United fans will probably take that at the start of this season.
Well, they'll take a lot at the start of the season, I think, after last season, won't they? Ten Hag working with players that he knows. It's a pattern we've seen before. Yeah,
of course, you can actually now get a full starting 11 of Erik ten Hag Manchester United signings who have played football in Holland. Of course, you've got Onana, Mazraoui, De Ligt, Martinez, all played with him at Ajax. You've got Malacia as well. Now, don't forget, Mason Mount, that loan spell at Vitesse Arnhem, where Erik ten Hag saw him play. Sofian Amrabat worked with Ten Hag at Utrecht. Obviously, Christian Eriksen has that Ajax link. And then you've got the front 3 as well. Anthony's got the Ajax link, and then you've got Weghorst and Xerxes. Xerxes a little bit of a different one. He played youth football in final before moving.
And Manchester United fans will probably point out not all of them have been a raging success.
Well, that's the point. This is 3 transfer windows of signing the same type of players. People who've played in Eredivisie or played for Ten Hag. Now, it didn't really work in the first 2 seasons, so will it work in this 3rd season? That's
what we're going to see, and we are expected to see a different Manchester United. They still have a few injury concerns and players, as mentioned, coming up. What do we think the lineup then could be on Friday night against Fulham? Yeah,
well, we're 3 days away from that, and obviously Flex was on here earlier and he gave his, and I'm not to argue with him.
No, because he gave his fans' view, didn't he?
Exactly,
very much
but
so.
Look, Mazraoui and De Ligt could come straight into the side. Mazraoui could play left back as well, so that could work with Dalot. Lisandro Martinez has been a massive.
And De Ligt goes straight in as well. Both of them straight in for you.
Yeah, I think so because he brings that experience, doesn't he? Now Harry Maguire might have something to say about that, but remember he nearly left Manchester United a year ago to join West Ham, and so De Ligt could come in, but then. You've got Alejandro Garnacho. Could he start?
I don't think he was in Flex's side, was he?
Exactly. He went with Amad Diallo. But Diallo, I think Garnacho, his goal in the Community Shield, it shows that he's ready. Obviously, they might have to play Bruno Fernandes as that sort of false 9 because Xerxes not had too many minutes in pre-season. Hoyland's obviously out, and also Lenny Yoro is a big injury as well.
Yeah, and many people, including maybe Jamie Carragher after the Palace game, wasn't it? Casemiro said sort of the football's left him. Leave the football before the football leaves you, and the football's left him. They'd be quite surprised to see that he's at Old Trafford and a potential starter on Friday night?
Well, he was excellent at Wembley in the Community Shield. I think that was one of the better performances we've seen from Casemiro.
Back in his normal position, let's say, because he was playing in central defence, wasn't he?
Of course, yeah, exactly. But last season, Kobbie Mainoo really sort of left Casemiro and Mason Mount behind in terms of progress. So, yeah, I think for these two, Casemiro and Mount, it's going to be a really, really big season. I think a lot of eyes are going to be on them to see how they develop under Ten Hag this season. But, yeah, I also think Amad Diallo's in for a really exciting season as well, because he's scored a few in pre-season. Ten Hag has said he has to make this season his season. So, yeah, United do have a little bit of depth with Maguire and Amad not even in this squad, but you think Manchester United might want a little bit more.
One name that's going to have a really big season, that's going to maybe set this Manchester United side alight, is who?
Well, Bruno Fernandes is always going to be the main man at Manchester United, isn't he? He's done this for several years now. He always creates the most chances in the Premier League. He's the real sort of, talisman for this Manchester United team. But I want to keep my eyes on Amad Diallo. I want to see if he can maybe muscle out Garnacho, possibly even Marcus Rashford as well, because he's under pressure for performances after his display at Wembley. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a very interesting season at Manchester.
Yeah, and we won't have to wait long, will we? Because it is the first game of the Premier League season. It is Friday night. It is Manchester United against Fulham at Old Trafford, and all the build-up begins on Sky Sports Premier League from 6:30. Kick-off is at 8.